AD. And I'd like to look at the Roman calendar with the 8-day week. This is the 8-day Roman calendar, and you'll notice on the left there are alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and that is 8. H is the 8th day, and then it starts over A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and it continues that way. That was the 8-day Roman market day calendar. Every red letter was a market day, and there was 8 days in this calendar. This definitely did not coincide with the 7-day cycle that the Jews had. But what's interesting is that there was also a 7-day calendar in use as well, long before Constantine's time. Let's look at how this Roman calendar was calculated. Notice what it says here. The Nunan day, or this is the counters of the day, were signified by that first letter, and it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So there were 8 days there. You can take time to look at that a little bit later. So I would like to notice something here. In 1795, that there was found marble fragments of what is known as the Sabine calendar, Fasti Sabini, in a place in central Italy. These portions represent the months of September and October in the Julian calendar. The experts in this type of archaeological finds have declared them to belong to the reign of Augustus Caesar, and that they were in use between 19 BC and 14 AD. So notice this is a Roman calendar, this Sabine calendar that was found in 1795. It was in use from 19 BC to 14 AD, which covered the time when Christ was born. So when Christ was here, this calendar, the Sabine calendar, was in use for sure. And notice this. This is a picture of the 7-day Sabine calendar, and right alongside the 8-day Roman calendar, market day calendar. They used them at the same time. And this I'm going to quote from Famous Verse in Ancient Greek and Roman World by David Matz, page 116. It says that an inscription, CIL 1220, dated between 19 BC and 14 AD, preserving the remains of a Sabine calendar, is the earliest known public record of a 7-day week. The calendar, as reproduced by Balsden 62, reads as follows. And you notice this calendar, it has, on the left side you have E, F, G, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. And then right beside it is the Roman 8-day week, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A. So you notice that the Sabine calendar, the 7-day week, did not perfectly coincide with the 8-day week. It couldn't. But it shows that they were used both at the same time. The 8-day week and the 7-day week were both used by the Romans when Christ was here, and prior to that as well. Okay, now I'd like to read a quote. It says, "The modern 7-day week came into use during the early imperial period, after the Julian calendar came into effect, apparently stimulated by immigration from the Roman East. For a while it coexisted alongside the old 8-day nundinal cycle, and fasti are known which show both cycles. It was finally given official status by Constantine in 321 AD. That's from the Ancient Roman Calendars, crystallinks.com, Roman Calendars. So we find that there were 2 calendars in use at the same time. The 7-day week and the 8-day week were used at the same time, and finally the 7-day week gained ascendancy, and Constantine in 320 AD chose the 7-day week as opposed to the 8-day week, and that was the end of the 8-day week cycle in Romanism. However, that did not affect the 7-day cycle. The 7-day cycle was still used continuously prior to that, and we know the Jews had a 7-day cycle long before that. Now, I want to read from another quote. This is called the Days of the Week. It says, "At first, the Romans used the ancient Etruscan market week, which consisted of a period of 8 days, called the Nundinae, the 9 days. Remember, the Romans counted inclusively. Every 8th day was a market day. the 7-day or astrological or planetary, there were 7 visible planets. Week originated in Persia, and by the end of the 1st century CE was in wide use through the Mediterranean. The first public evidence of the 7-day week in Rome appears in a Sabine calendar from between 19 BC and 14 CE. Augustus recognized the 7-day week, but the non-denial calendar continued to be used alongside it. Only in 321 CE did 7 days become the official length of the week. That's taken from the Introduction of the Roman Way of Telling Time, Wheaton College. It was a lesson handout, and you can find that online. So this tells us that the Romans used both a 7-day week and an 8-day week at the same time. Now this 7-day week that they used was a planetary week, and that was a week that was named after the planets. That's even today we have those names. We have Sunday after the sun, Monday after the moon, Tuesday is after, named after Mars. And then Wednesday is named after Mercury. Well, we'll just see this in just a second. Let's look at this calendar, how the planets coincided with the days of the week. You notice the order of planets, and then this dial here, this star here, was used to show how the week was calculated. The first day of the pagan planetary week was Saturday, Saturn Day. The second day was Sunday. The third day was Moon Day, named after Jupiter. The fourth day was Mars Day. The 5th day was Mercury's day. The 6th day was Jupiter. 7th day was Venus. And so on. The first day of the pagan calendar was Saturn. That's true. That's a fact. That was the first day of the week. To the pagans. Not to the Jews, but to the pagans, it was the first day of the week. And also, I would like to notice how these days, the pagans calculated even the hours of the day were ruled by each of these planetary gods, these pagan gods. And this just shows how the hours of the day coincide with these different planets. And this pagan planetary week never changed order. It was always the same. Still to this day, it's the same as it was way back then. And they never added an 8th day. They never rearranged the order. This has always been the way the pagan calendar has been, from way back in history. But this was the 7-day planetary week that was adopted by Rome, and was even used during Christ's time when he was here by the Romans and the pagans. Okay, now I would like to go to another quote. This is commenting on how Pompey destroyed Jerusalem, captured Jerusalem in 63 BC, long before Christ's time. 63 BC, Pompey overtook Jerusalem. And this is a quote. This is from Dio Cassius, who lived from 150 to 235 AD. He says, "If they, the Jews, had continued defending it, the temple, on all days alike, he, Pompey, could not have got possession of it. As it was, they made an exception of what are called the days of Saturn, and by doing no work at all on those days, afforded the Romans an opportunity in this interval to batter down the wall. The latter, on learning of this superstitious awe of theirs, made no serious attempts the rest of the time, but on those days, when they came around in succession, assaulted most vigorously. Thus the defenders were captured on the day of Saturn without making any defense, and all the wealth was plundered. The kingdom was given to Hyrcanus and Aristobulus, who was carried away." That's Dio Cassius, Roman History, Book 37, Chapter 16. So you can check this out for yourself. It says that Jerusalem was overtaken by Pompey on the day of Saturn, and it says it came around in succession. Every 7 days was the day of Saturn according to the pagans. That's what they called this day, the day of Saturn, and this was in 63 BC when Pompeii was destroyed. They had this 7-day weekly cycle because they called it the day of Saturn, and it came around in a